Then I want to turn this intro off and open up. Okay, hello everybody and welcome back to another episode of the Game Drain. My name is Matt and I do like games, and Ham Solo's here. Okay, Hard Days Mike, it's me Twan, and what are you guys up to? How are you guys doing today?
I'll go in a second. I'm gonna. Who wants to go first before I complain about something real quick?
I'm doing fantastic right now. That's.
Oh, you're just happy, Mike.
No, I don't. I'm like figuring out something on my phone. I just had to pay a bill real quick. I forgot to pay. Go on. Everyone go first. Go first.
Okay, well, I mean, I'm doing fine. I am currently playing Fighting Force 2 on my Dreamcast.
Based.
Shout out that Eidos. Go. That's what I'm doing. But as of what I've been playing lately, Metal Gear Solid 3.
Snake Eater?
Been playing some of that. Yeah, I think that's the one it's called. I'm very unfamiliar with all the different.
Yeah, it's honestly names. It's so fucking complicated, the whole franchise. Just explain it to someone. It's a fucking task. Explain that whole series to someone.
All I know is my guy is supposedly Naked Snake or something like that right now. And
is that the one where you start off literally naked? Is that the one?
I don't think so.
Like that.
Wait, what are you playing? So. Wait, what are you playing? You said Metal Gear Solid?
What do you think?
No, I thought you said Metal Gear Solid. There's a game where you start off in Metal. Wait, were you saying you're playing Street Fighter? Well, I don't know what the fuck you're playing. Never mind.
Mike's
having an episode. Let's go on.
Right there, bud.
No, I'm not.
Yeah,
I'm not.
Mike's playing some sus shit, man.
You've never played Metal Gear Solid? The one on GameCube. He starts off fucking naked.
Oh, you're talking about the remake, right?
The remake, yeah. He starts off fucking naked, and it's a meme.
I have it, but I never actually played it. So
what the fuck? That's like something you should have. All right, sorry.
I have it. I mean, I have it.
Also, was playing the other day. I was playing Pimp My Ride, PlayStation 2.
Nice.
Nice.
Damn, that's a game. I didn't even know that was a game.
Hey Jay,
it's a video game, and
was that the TV show? Was that a TV show?
Yeah, that was a TV show.
Yeah, okay.
It was a TV show. Yes, it was.
Was that a TV show? Twan, how old are you again?
Vampires. Oh man, that's what I should be playing right now. Some more Vampire Survivors, because I swear, oh man, I've been playing the crap out of that. I finally got the DLC to it this morning. I don't know, whichever one you want to call it. Last night, this morning, I don't know. But
did you go to sleep yet before you bought it?
Yes, I had. Not before I bought it.
Okay.
I bought it first.
Okay, that makes sense.
But I bought it, played a little bit of it at a sickly time, and then went to bed. And it's a pretty interesting DLC so far. I did get all of the achievements for the base game, and now I'm going to knock out all of the achievements for the DLC. It's
all of the achievements.
Really good. Yeah, man.
Jesus, good lord! Yeah, you've been on a mission. My God.
Yeah, man. I just want to be able to look at that game and say no.
No.
Well,
I just want to look at it and say no.
Want to say no.
And if I have all of the achievements for it, there's literally no reason for me to turn that game back on ever again in my life.
You're trying to show basically, right?
I'm literally just feeding the addiction that is that game until it is completely full, and I'm
feel good.
Like I'm not gonna play the Steam version. If it ever comes to PlayStation, forget about it. I'm not doing it. I'm just getting it done here, and I'm gonna be happy because it is fun, but it's also a pain in the ass.
Yeah, I can imagine. That is
hilarious.
Tied addiction.
That's great. Twan.
Good luck, Twan. Twan. I mean Ham.
I haven't been playing too much, but I was playing Burnout Dominator on my PS3 just a few days ago. It's like the black sheep in the series. I know it's a pretty good game, but it's like it doesn't have any of the crash mode. So a lot of people say, "Oh, it's trash." But me personally, like, I don't care that much about the crash mode. I care more about the racing. So that's what's more important to me. And the game's racing is great, but it's it works differently than the other Burnout games like Burnout 3 and Revenge, where the boost meter works a little differently, and it's interesting. Like it's still as fast paced as those games, but it's a nice change of pace though. It's fortunately it's not on Xbox; it's only on PS2, so that's what I was playing on the PS3. But
Yeah.
yeah, so yeah, it's a great game. And I was playing a lot of Neo Geo stuff with my friend yesterday, playing Windjammers. Windjammers is a great game. It's like a frisbee. You throw like a frisbee, and it's just like it's kind of like Pong, but like on steroids. It's a great time.
Yeah.
And what else am I playing? I was actually just playing on my Game Boy Advance, just literally just right before this show, Astro Boy, Omega Factor. That's like probably one of my favorite Game Boy Advance games, easily. It's like you're playing Astro Boy. It's like the licensed. It's a licensed game. It's like that guy. He's like. You guys aren't familiar with Astro Boy at all?
No, yeah, I'm familiar. I mean, like to the point. I should say I am, but like I'm like. Not really. I should not lie. I just know of it. I know of it. How about that?
Yeah.
I know of
honestly,
it.
It's one of those games that's no business being as good as it is.
Yeah. I got
it's
you.
A fantastic game.
I know of it.
That's around about it. I haven't really been playing too much. Yeah, I think that's kind of wraps it up. Because I know just actually on Friday, because I was actually out with some friends and we watched the Mario Brothers movie, and that movie was actually not too bad. I liked it.
Yeah, I hear a lot of people like
I
it.
hear people say it's good.
Yeah.
Twan, this is a random question. Did you buy Horizon Forbidden West?
Yeah, remember we were talking.
Yeah, he
remember?
did.
Yeah.
He
Oh,
dropped
yeah,
the
that's right.
90
Did you beat
on
it?
No, no, I got to the Forbidden West and I stopped playing.
That's about right.
Yeah. I don't blame you.
Why is that, Twan? It's fantastic.
Listen to that enthusiasm. It's fantastic.
I need to play
fantastic.
I want to play
It's
the
really
first one
good.
before I really dive into that one.
I mean,
okay, so he's never gonna play it.
yeah,
it's not
Twan, I'll tell you what. If you got to the Forbidden West, dude, the first one, the beginning and middle are just and then the end is pretty good in the first one.
Yeah.
And the second one, it's just all. It's just bad, Twan. It's a bad
This is
time.
bad.
Oh,
And
stop.
You don't gotta play that, Twan.
Very encouraging to start playing that.
Listen, I've
you.
hardly hear Matt hate beat a game, and I've never heard him so miserable in my entire fucking life.
Dude,
Like,
all right, yeah, okay, I could go, but we can't. We can't. But
They heard it.
okay, yeah, exactly. So Mike, what have you been playing, bud?
okay, so game-wise, I have been playing Doom Eternal as per usual, but I discovered a new retro-based shooter that I fucking adore. I've already beaten it, because, they're usually about, 5 hours long. They're $20, $15 games, so it's not like they're gonna last forever. And it's called Ill Will, and it's fucking awesome. It has almost like a Tim Burton kind of, vibe to it, its art style. I finally nailed down what it kind of reminded me of. And it just feels fantastic to play. It is so much fun, and I really recommend anyone check that out if they're into that kind of shooting. It's a bit, admittedly, the controller support is kind of janky at the moment. It's pretty. What I mean is it works. No, completely works. But what I mean is every weapon is set to a specific button. It's not like a press Y to keep switching. There's every gun is currently set to a button. So it's not like jumping or dashing or anything. It's weird, but it's almost actually helpful because I can do some crazy weapon combos because of that. My Doom Eternal brain kind of kicks in, and I'm like, kill. You know what I'm saying? You know how that goes. But I'll also say this quick because I could be here for hours ranting about it, but I upgraded my motherboard and processor. I now have a Z7900 motherboard with an Intel 13700K processor, if I even pronounced that right. And I'm not a very bright man, so that was painful to install. If it wasn't for Jay here, he's in the chat right now. Shout out to Jay, by the way. There was
nice.
So many. He's a buddy of mine. We, Twitter, of course. I was just so many random, stupid fucking things. Like when I finally got it all set up, I'm not even talking about the OS stuff. I couldn't connect to the internet, no matter what I did. And
Wi-Fi or wired?
what? No, neither. I couldn't. So I'm like, what the fuck is happening? And then I messaged him, and he's like, "Oh, you probably got a board that doesn't have an update on it." I'm like, "What?" So he sent me the files of what the update was. I got that all finally figured out.
Nice.
But nothing will compare to the computer not finding my OS. I have never felt so defeated in my entire life. It took 2.5 hours, and really Jay kind of put me into the right direction. I started looking in certain areas, and I ended up turning on something called Intel Rapid Technology fucking something, and it finally found my SSD. It finally decided it existed, apparently. But I'm gonna be honest with you, bro. I'm envious of the people that are talented at this stuff or find it fun, because I am not very bright, and that was stressful as fuck. But
This is why I don't PC game right here.
well, it's because you spend all your money, Twan. I'm just kidding. But like I don't blame people for that. But like I'm really happy now. Like I just did a benchmark and I posted on Twitter. It's like my computer is like fucking so high up on like the overall leaderboards at the moment that it's fucking crazy. So I'm very, very, very happy with what I have so far. And yeah, that was crazy as fuck. That's basically all I got to say. I'm just happy it works. So yeah.
Nice.
I can't wait for you to tell us next week about the next thing you have to fix and you had a hard time doing it.
Yeah, probably.
Jesus, you should really just let them have it. Good lord. Okay.
Well, I'm gonna say though,
No.
I'm just gonna say, Twan, I didn't spend over $1,000 on a 1660 Super, or on a console that has
He's
3
never
games
gonna
worth
let you live
playing.
that down.
I'm never gonna
He's
let
never
that,
gonna-
or spending almost $1,000 on a console that has 2 games he wants to play. So I'm never gonna let that down, because that is. I need the hashtag. Let them know.
Well, wait, are you done, Mike?
No, fuck you. Yeah, I'm done. I'm sorry.
Okay, well, speaking of letting them know, the Cavs did not hashtag let them know today, and I'm sad. I'm sad today.
Oh,
But
that sucks.
well, it's okay because we get to play again and lose again, so I'm very thrilled about that. So that happened, and then I don't know. Today was just a dumb day, but
Dumb.
I'm here. I'm here. Everything's cool. I've been playing Dead Island 2. We'll be talking about that later. Fantastic. I absolutely love that game. But since that wraps up the intros, I think we can hop, into the actual topics this week. And I want to start off with, I guess I guess I want to start off with the big one this week, which was the fact that the whole confusion with Hi-Fi Rush. You guys know about that.
Yeah.
Me and Mike, we talked about that pretty extensively the other night. But it's an interesting situation where Jeff Grubb on his podcast had a guest on. He said, I mean, besides the Hi-Fi Rush, the guest was saying some things that were pretty wild about Xbox completely just shutting down. Like how his sources were saying that they're going to shut down Xbox and whatever, and it's all doomed. But
that's kind of
it's a wild thing. It's a wild thing to claim.
Nonsense.
Yeah. And but Jeff Grubb said that he had also heard that Hi-Fi Rush did not meet expectations.
Yeah.
And I mean, Vinny told me this because I didn't hear about it right away. Like, I didn't see it on Twitter or anything. Vinny's the one that let me know about this. And my initial reaction to that was, that is complete bullshit. And that's I don't know. Way. I don't know like that. I'm not involved in Microsoft in any way whatsoever, obviously. But it's like, I mean, that game, by every metric, seems to be a huge success.
Mm-hmm. Both critically and, financially. I don't know.
Yeah, but, I want to... Because obviously the next day we got Aaron Greenberg come out and say that.
I don't even think it was the next day. I feel like it was just a few hours. I wouldn't even think it was the day.
No, I'm pretty sure it was the next day. Because, I heard about this the night before Aaron Greenberg. and it happened earlier in the day that day, and then
Yeah.
Aaron Greenberg came out the next day and was like,
Yeah.
"Yeah, that game was a huge
Yeah,
success."
this is like
It wasn't even a day later, wasn't it? Like a few hours.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I don't know.
I'm pretty sure.
Yeah,
I
thought it was
I
a few
saw
hours.
it.
Pretty sure it was
It
like
might have
few
been a few hours, but I saw it the
I'm not
next
sure.
day. So
Oh,
Maybe,
okay.
maybe
Yeah.
it was like
Yeah.
that night, and then maybe just like 7
yeah,
hours.
when I
after that,
woke up, maybe it was
Yeah.
there or something. But like,
Yeah, that's like, dude, it's that whole situation because
what's
I
up,
don't know.
blind?
But this is kind of the weird thing. I don't know. I don't want to. I'm not shit talking anyone. I like Grub a lot, but I don't understand the quote of I wasn't trying to make anyone worry about Hi-Fi Rush when their literal line was it didn't make the money it needed to make.
Mhm.
And I understand that that means he probably did not say it maliciously, and I agree. I don't think it was malicious.
Was that his line, or was his line it didn't meet expectations?
I thought he said it. I thought the quote was it didn't meet it did not make what it needed to make.
Yeah, I think I heard something
That's
like that
even
too, I
crazier.
think.
But
Yeah.
yeah, okay, keep going.
So so I don't know. And then he's like, "Whoa, I didn't expect to make people worry about Hi-Fi Rush." I'm like, and this is not me like when you're like and this is not like, oh, you have responsibility, but like I'm just gonna say it in the way I see it. It's like when
he does.
yeah, it's like people have a lot of fucking respect for you, dude. They like see you as like the leak, but especially when the Xbox was coming out and the play, you were leaking shit left and right. So when people heard that, I understand why they saw that as fucking gospel. So and like right now, it's almost kind of like I feel like not like the damage is done. It's just fucking throwing the towel. Everyone thinks Xbox is, nothing like that. But it is. It. I don't know. It's kind of lame. I don't know. The whole situation's kind of lame. And now we got people saying Aaron Greenberg is lying.
Yeah, it's just ridiculous. I think.
Yeah, like.
Because it's like, who do you believe at that point? It's like,
yeah.
if you don't want to believe him, then you're not going to believe him, so he's automatically lying.
Yeah,
it's funny because like some people have been saying, "Oh, well, of course Aaron would say the game's doing well. You know, he works for them." But I mean, at the same time, it's like Square Enix says their games fail all the time. You know?
Yeah,
so
exactly.
You have companies that literally admit that their games did not meet expectations, rather than Why would someone lie that it is meeting expectations when they could just be honest, be like, okay, yeah, this didn't meet expectations? Because clearly other companies do that all the time. They'll flat out say, yes, this did not do well, But I find it ridiculous people think he's lying,
Yeah, and I'm also certain the director of Hi-Fi Rush was lying when he was saying that it was hitting a milestone like every other day.
Yeah.
When the game first came out. It was like, dude, he was thrilled about that launch. He was thrilled.
He absolutely was.
And on top of that, the freaking studio's expanding on top of that.
Yeah.
So So I'm like, I don't know. Like, I feel like it looks like it's a success to me, guys. I don't know what the.
No, you're completely.
It seems like Tango's crushing it.
Yeah.
And what I don't understand is I see some discussion of, well, how do they measure success? I'm like, Xbox now doesn't function just on a sales thing anymore. It's strictly engagement. That's what Game Pass is built off of. It's engagement. It's not even just about that game either. It's it's just the people it didn't chart in the top 100. I'm like, yeah, it doesn't need to though anymore. It doesn't need to chart anymore. And I think that's kind of one of the things that some people are going to have to kind of get used to. The fact is that, it doesn't need to chart anymore. It can still be a success regardless, because it's all about the interaction on Game Pass. And and it's like, and what? Sorry.
Even like critically as well, with like critics.
And critically, yeah, it's
right.
It can be. So I'm not going to say that it's like a foolproof thing. Like that's always going to mean something's going to come back just because it does well there. But I mean, technically, it's a good indication. But then again, we got shit like Netflix. It'll be a very popular show, and they're just like, "Fuck it, never again." Here's this crappy, fucking piece of garbage.
They're just canceling seasons on the spot or series. They'll be like, "Oh, season 1, season 2 canceled."
Yep, exactly.
What's great, Mike, is you literally, dude. I recorded a video, and literally everything you just said is what is in that video.
That's fucking funny.
So I love it.
That is so
funny.
Yeah, no, it's just it's I don't know, this whole conversation I feel like isn't really from a genuine place. I kind of feel like it's people just fanboying or doom and glooming. And right now we're on the edge of that whole still Redfall launching at 30 frames
Oh
on
God, again,
Xbox.
yes.
Yeah, so we're on the very edge of that, like of that announcement. So, dude, like it's been let's be real. For like the Xbox new
Bless you.
headspace, bless you, has been a downward spiral. um, it has been very much not very fun for people in the Xbox. Well, I mean, I'm in the Xbox community at all. It has kind of been ass to put it lightly. But so I think there's a lot of doom and gloom hunting right now. And yeah, that's my thoughts on it. I know I'm a little bit scatterbrained tonight. I'm a little tired, but yeah, that's my thoughts on it.
You're all right. Ham, what do you think? I mean,
Yo,
obviously we kind of found out that, I mean, by Aaron Greenberg's statements, it did meet expectations, but were you surprised before that to hear that it didn't? Or a report that
if
says it didn't?
even if it didn't, like, it doesn't affect me at all. Like, I don't really care.
Sure.
But at the same time, it's kind of like I feel like people's both on Xbox and PlayStation's expectations of this game were too high to begin with. People are comparing it to Forspoken because it's funny. They're not comparing it to Forspoken because it was of the same caliber of money or
Yeah.
quality, or I mean, Forspoken's supposed to be AAA.
Mm-hmm.
Like Hi-Fi Rush is a double A, like right dab in the center. It's not a double A trying to pretend to be a triple A or anything like that.
Yeah.
It knows its place. And people saying when it came out, this is the Gotti. I had no thoughts thinking that this game is Gotti. This might be a Gotti for somebody,
Yep.
Yeah.
but this is not gonna. I mean, and I've tried to tell this on K Mega Show plenty of times. Like, dude, like it's going versus what other games? I mean,
Spider-Man
we
2.
got Spider-Man 2,
Zelda.
Tears of the Kingdom,
Yeah.
Final Fantasy 16, Starfield, Redfall, whether you agree with that or not. Like, but what I was kind of telling a lot of people is that if Hi-Fi Rush made it to one of to be like the game of the year caliber game for Xbox, then Xbox failed. That's what I said, because like Xbox is trying to get rid of, or not get rid of, but they're trying to like show off the quality in big time like game of the year type of caliber with games like Starfield and Hellblade, and it was supposed to be Redfall, but I'm sure they kind of said, and then this kind of goes back to what Mike was saying a little bit, like the way that they look at or analyze success isn't in one specific category anymore. It's like a ton of different things, like engagement being the new big flashy one that they care about the most right now over console sales and specific game sales. They want engagement. They want people to stay. They don't want you to hop into the service for a month, beat a game, and then
hop out,
leave. They want you to hop in. Oh, there's a game dropping this month, and oh crap, this is coming out next month, and oh crap, this is coming out in 2 months, and it's gonna take me 3 months to beat this game, and all these other games are coming out, and they want us to feel the way that we were talking, multiple different times throughout this generation so far, where we're like, man, I have so much stuff, I don't even know, I don't have any time to play it. They want us to have so much stuff, so then we never leave.
Yeah. We never leave.
Exactly.
No, you're right, though.
Yeah,
you're right.
So I just don't. I mean, the whole doom and gloom behind it, but behind Hi-Fi Rush, I thought was just more or less kind of projecting on the main issue that is some people feel that it's not quality enough for them because it's not distributed in the same classic way that games are usually distributed.
Yeah, like
and then
physical
also keep
copy and everything, like
physical copies. And then on top of it, Xbox is pretty quiet about their numbers. They've kind of been like that for a hot minute. What was weird about this situation is not that long ago, everybody was praising this game, including the developers, and then all of a sudden, it's not good enough because it's not charting like a game that was, a quarter or $500 million spent on or something. You know what I mean? It's just like it's kind of a weird comparison. I felt like Hi-Fi Rush fell exactly where it needed to go. As for Jeff Grubb, to me, as a content creator, it just reminds me, hey, this dude's a human and he likes to pile on sometimes.
Yeah.
These dudes are working for news coverage. They want to get your engagement, and if piling on gets them a little extra bump for engagement, whether it is a foul or no foul, they are going to go after it just to have your name in their head. So that's what I thought Jeff Grubb kind of did, was just kind of tell everybody, hey, guess what? I made a mistake now because he backtracked on it. He got corrected, but if he didn't get corrected, it would have been like the news for the next week, and everybody would have been talking about Jeff Grubb.
No, oh God, I'm so glad that. Sorry, go on.
So in my opinion, it's a win-win for Jeff Grubb because I mean, look at us right now. We're talking about.
Yeah,
sure.
We're saying his name right now.
He didn't lose anything, and he didn't lose any respect from very many people. To be honest, because a lot of people have this attitude that we're kind of walking with right now is, oh, he's not a bad guy, but he has a responsibility, and I hope he learns from his lessons, but he's not going to. He's a news guy. He's a news guy. He's going to do the same shit that we do and guess until they have like some sort of certainty. The only difference between us is he gets paid for it and he has a lot more access, and I mean, he's been doing it long. So that's really the biggest difference between all of us, because I am going to tell you right now, if you're expecting me to be right every podcast, you are going to be sadly disappointed. But yeah, man, I think more or less people looked at this coverage that came out, and they didn't look at it to hope that Xbox does better.
Oh, absolutely.
They looked at it in like
100%.
See, look what I've been telling you. Xbox is terrible. You should jump ship. I know that you have other consoles, but why do you got that one? Like, I just don't know what to tell you. I mean, I'm not gonna argue. I'm not gonna get into a piss and fight with somebody about whether I think Xbox is going down the gutter or not. They're in the middle of purchasing a $70 billion company.
Yeah, I wouldn't think.
They said they're not. Yeah. They said they're not done. They got a ton of games that are slated to come out. I mean, there's too much stuff going for it, and plus, I don't remember who I heard this from, but like literally, Satya Nadella is the only person that has that power to like let anybody know, and some random person. I'm sorry, Jeff, or something like that, but you're not going to break that news.
Yeah, it's not going to be the guest on Jeff Grubb's podcast.
Yeah, the thing is, that's the crazier thing too. That's the crazier thing, right? It wasn't even Jeff that really, he said he agreed that like he heard something about like, or he said something about Hi-Fi Rush. But the other guy's like, dude, the fucking Xbox is dying, man. It's fucking going right down the toilet. Everything. Just
The other guy-
Phil
the other guy
Spencer's
was like-
crying.
The other guy was
Spencer's
like, we have.
crying.
The other guy was like, I have sources that say that people up top are not happy with what's going on at Xbox, and it's a very real possibility that that could be shut down. It's like, dude, I mean, dude, I said a lot of shit in my video. I'm kind of
Said a lot of
yeah,
shit,
we'll see how that goes. But like, I mean, it's how do you have access to that kind of, like Ham said, you don't have access to that kind of knowledge.
Yep.
You don't. And like, unless you were directly talking to Satya Nadella, or you have multiple sources directly talking to Satya Nadella, you don't know that. You
Yeah.
do not know that. And also, I mean, just common sense, biggest acquisition in entertainment history is happening right now. And that's not something you do when you're not invested.
And even just seeing all the games still lined up to be developed. Right? We still have Fable coming out. We still have it's like all even from 5 years from now. We still have all these games that are probably going to come out. Like if there was like a whole drought, maybe like a year of just absolutely nothing, then yes, maybe something's going on here.
2022 intensifies.
Yeah, yeah, exactly right. But
Dude,
yeah,
2022 for Xbox in general, I just gotta say I refuse to have another generation. I mean, another year. I mean, it's gonna happen at some point. Like, we gotta be real. The thing is, though, there's actually gonna be games afno what I mean? You know what I mean? It's not like
you mean that year's gonna happen again at some point.
No, what I mean is
Okay. I was about to say
no, hell no. No, what I'm saying is we're gonna have a year where we feel like we're not getting as much as we should, but then the next year we're just gonna get fucking, let's be honest, shit on with games. It's gonna happen not the same way. There's no way. It's literally not possible. They have 7,000 studios at this point, but like, I don't know. 2022 is just fucking awful. That was bad. That was very, very bad.
Yeah.
And that's all. That was all I got to say on that. That was very bad.
And to Mike and Ham's point about how Xbox, or Microsoft, I guess, measures success for Xbox, it's Game Pass, it's engagement. Remember Forza Horizon and Halo Infinite, when those came out? It's like they didn't say, hey, Forza Horizon sold 10 million. It was Forza Horizon has 10 million players.
Yeah.
It wasn't about sales. Same with Halo. I think Halo did something stupid like 20 million players.
Okay.
And they were like, Halo Infinite has 20 million players. They don't sales are like a fucking, that's whatever. That's like icing on the cake for them.
yeah.
Pretty much. Like, or at least that's the way it seems, where it's like Game Pass is the focus. You want as many people in Game Pass as possible, as many hours in Game Pass as possible, and that's engagement. Doesn't, I mean, I played Hi-Fi Rush. I didn't buy it on Xbox. I bought it on Steam. In fact, if ever I were to consider looking at sales for Xbox, it wouldn't be on Xbox. It would be on Steam.
Yeah.
Because that's a bigger indicator. Like Hi-Fi Rush was, I think it was like number 6.
It was top there for a good
Yeah, it was
while.
like number 6. It was like top 10 on Steam for about 2
Weeks.
weeks.
Yeah.
Yeah. And on Xbox, it didn't break the top 100 most purchased. It's like, well, it's not going to. It's in Game Pass. Doesn't need to. So yeah, that's, I think you guys said it quite eloquently, and I don't know what I can add to that. So wait, Tuan, did you have anything to say about it? Because you? Oh wait,
I think I
what's up?
am.
Oh, I was just gonna say, I just thought it was funny that people are dooming and glooming as if like they're gonna come out, here comes June, for their showcase for Starfield, and be like, we got this great game coming out for you guys. But
Plus, we're dead.
We're also shutting down.
We're also this is the last game you'll ever get from us.
This is the send off, the big send off.
Due to your guys' need of high quality, we must shut down.
We're gonna shut down because we feel it's the smart thing to do. But
Goddamn right it is. Fuck Xbox. I'm just kidding.
There you go. But Tuan, your game of the year so far. You're one of those people Ham was talking about. It's somebody's.
I'm one of the
game
idiots. Yeah.
Well, I'm.
No,
it's
no
not
one
my
actually
game. It's not my
considered it.
game of the year. Let me be clear. It's definitely not my game of the year. But it's like one of the most fun games I played this year.
It's very good.
Yeah.
It's very
To
good.
be clear, so like,
It's fantastic.
but for you, it's that. So like, what are your opinion? Did you have any opinions first of all? Like,
Well, I mean, like honestly, like for me, it's like okay, the game was great, and that's honestly the most important thing to me. That's just people
Yes,
that
100%.
developers are experimenting, you know, because like when you make a new IP like that, and especially like a game that's just so unique, like you know, it's not gonna get as many sales as something that's already established, right? Like
Yeah.
that's why people don't make games like that to begin with because it's too much of a risk, right?
God damn, you got
You
him
know,
spitting. You got him
like
spitting. All right.
so like honestly, the fact that it did as well as it did, and it's a new IP on top of that, I was actually surprised because like especially when you see on Steam, like I knew it sold well. Like I was I was just confused when I saw that. I was like, wait, this
Shit, I
something's
bought
not.
it on Steam.
Oh yeah, I even bought it on Steam too. You know,
Yeah.
I was like something's not adding up here. You know, like it's like even like because I saw even like John, right, the guy that directed that game. Even he's
Yeah,
all
John
he's like ecstatic with that game. How it
Yeah.
Loves it.
you
Loves
know?
it.
He loves like the interaction it got, how
Yeah.
you know well received it got. So and even I think even earlier they said that it was like over 2 million players were interacted with it or something like that. So like it looked like they were happy with the game, right?
Yeah.
And I don't know why people are making such a big fuss about sales anyways. Like guys, are you like shareholders or something? You know, it's like
Right.
that shouldn't even matter to you that much. You know, like I don't unless these guys are into stocks or something. I don't know. Like
Dude,
I bet they are.
100%.
Like
People love arguing about that stuff, and that's what you just said is the mentality that's healthy to
Yeah.
have. That's the healthy mentality to have.
Mhm.
But people love to argue about stuff that really
Like-
doesn't affect them.
Yeah, like what matters
affect
to you, what should matter to you is like they're making games, they're taking risk, and the games are quality on top of it. That's what should matter to you, right?
Yes.
That we are getting good games, like, and
That's
it
it.
was a very good game. You saw it, it reviewed well and everything, right?
Yes.
So I don't think there's any debate on that. So I don't know. I just thought it was ridiculous. But honestly, even when Aaron Greenberg he went on and he said that, and I just found it insane that people were saying that he's lying because I already think I already said like how ridiculous that is. But yeah, I don't know. I'm done, man.
Yeah.
I mean,
Fucking-
I think it's very well said. I feel like
Yeah.
we covered that about as well as we possibly could. But I do want to get into something fun now. I haven't talked to you at all this week, Twan. Did you
No.
get Dead Island 2, Twan?
I did not get Dead Island.
You did not get
No.
Dead Island 2. So I'm the
You're
only
probably the only one, yeah.
the only asshole here that has it. Okay.
I'm probably gonna get it now that I got upgraded my rig, by the way, because I do want to play it.
That game did not need. Well, I get why you did that. I'm not gonna.
No, not because of that. Not because of that.
I
but
know.
not,
I know.
yeah,
I know,
yeah.
I know.
Go on. Yeah.
But that game is one of the most well optimized games. Like, remember when I told you I thought Ghostwire Tokyo ran really well on my PC?
Yeah.
Dead Island 2 is the best running Unreal Engine game I've ever played, and that's not even close. Not even.
What about Gears 5?
Dude? I'm
Really?
5 is fantastic. It's pretty close. It's
Wow.
pretty
What, did you get Downline on PC? You got it?
No, I got. I'm saying optimized, like on both
Everything?
Series S and Series
Okay.
X. Like Series
it's
S,
been like over 10 years developing the game. It better
well,
be optimized.
exactly. So you would expect it, but it's like
That's what I was saying.
Series S is one of the few. Like it's one of the few games on Series S that defaults to 60, and it has an FOV slider.
Yeah.
Most developers, third-party developers, don't bother doing shit like that. So it's really good to see. They deserve a lot of credit for that, even though more developers should be doing it. To be honest,
Yeah.
But it is what it is.
Something
But-
needs to be done on the optimization front.
Something. I don't know. But yeah, I wanted to talk about that real quick, and I want to throw up some.
Oh, I am. I just want to address the chat real quick. Yes, I am not feeling the DM dip anymore. The AM dip anymore.
the
the
DMT.
dip?
Mike's not feeling DMT.
No, it's a joke because like AMD CPUs have a like lower lows, and they can hit lower lows a little bit faster than Intel's. So it's a joke, if I'm not mistaken. It's more like it stays the higher.
It's jokes that us console gamers won't understand.
Yeah, it's kind of, even I don't 100%. He's the smart one. I just kind of like he gets more humor than I do. All I know is Intel good. And their GPUs are getting good too. Anyways, but
Did you get a new motherboard or something? I think
yeah, I did. It's a
Oh,
yeah. I'm just surprised this shit's fucking working. Anyways, Sorry about that. Continue.
You're fine. You're fine. You're all good, Mike. But yeah, I want to talk about Dead Island 2 because that game. I mean, I'm about, I don't know, 60% through the game, or the main story, I should say.
Mhm.
The story is pretty shit. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. The story kind of stinks, but I mean that's to be expected. The game, however, is one of the most fun games I played this year. It is stupid fun, and it's definitely the goriest game I played this year, which is nuts because Dead Space.
Even
But
Resident Evil 4 is pretty gory too.
yeah, Resident Evil 4 is pretty gory. God, I gotta get back to playing that again too. But geez, but yeah, like there's a lot of gory games released this year. This is definitely the sickest one. God, yeah, I just stomped that lady's head in. But yeah, this this game is awesome. Saw the reviews for it. Like, I think it came out like the day before it released, or maybe 2 days or something before it released. And I saw everybody was kind of down on it. I was like, well, that's kind of what I expected, because Dying Light 1 has scored, I think, what, 75 or something like that.
Around that ballpark, yeah.
And Dying Light 1 was like one of my favorite games of the last generation. I was like, if it can meet that standard, then and it has,
should be good.
yeah, it should be good.
Yeah.
And I played it, dude. The combat is not even close. That's Dead Island 2 all day is the combat. I like the fact that it's not a huge open world. Because Dead Island 1, like, it was cool, but compared to Dead Island 2, I'd much prefer Dead Island 2. It's tighter, more narrow, more focused. You get to where you're going faster, and there are still big places to explore. So it's a nice time. I highly recommend that to anybody who's wanting to check it out. Wait for a sale if you want, no big deal, but highly recommend the game.
It'll definitely drop in
Yeah,
price
it will.
pretty fast.
It'll drop in price pretty fast. I would imagine you'll probably get a summer sale, if not even before then. You probably get one around the time the showcase happens.
Yeah.
Honestly, but yeah, highly recommend the game if you're interested in that at all. But I'm not gonna spend too much time on that.
But
Yeah,
that's
probably.
decent.
And Jay said I was right with what I said about the CPU stuff, so I am smart. I know things. It's
I
time
didn't say you
to.
weren't smart, Mike.
Yeah, you did. Just kidding. Kidding.
Mike's hearing things.
I probably am. Just kidding.
Let's keep her moving.
Keep going. Keep going.
But
Get the ball.
I wanted to talk about Xbox getting skipped with physical games, because this is a thing I didn't care about at all until I was in a party with Mike and I was scrolling through Twitter and I saw Proteus, or Proteus, however you say that game. I saw that was getting physical copies
Game Boy Color.
everywhere but Xbox.
Yep.
Yeah, then you also have that game for Game Boy Color. It's like
What the fuck is happening?
Game Boy Color is getting new games.
I can't pretend that I care about that. I don't know that game. I don't. But Proteus, I care about that. And now it's like they have a physical copy of it. It's like, well, shit. I guess I'll get it on PlayStation.
Yeah.
I don't know. That kind of stinks, but it's like I want to support the developer. I really enjoy the game. I'm a console player. I'm not going to buy it on my PC. I'm not going to buy a physical release on my PC just to enter a Steam code.
Yeah, honestly,
It's like-
it's just gonna be a code.
Yeah,
That's all it's
like-
gonna be.
I'll get it on PlayStation, I guess. But
I mean, you did that with Tetris. I mean, like you really like Tetris Effect, and you bought the physical copy on
Yes.
Xbox, right?
100%. I bought Deathloop
Did you
on Xbox.
ever end up getting that? Did you ever end up
Yep.
getting that physical
Yeah,
copy?
it's back there in the
That
collection.
probably took you like 8 months to get
Dude, it took. First of all, they charged me 10. Okay, that's a whole other thing.
it.
But yeah, it took a long time for me to get that. I'm not going to be purchasing from limited run games, at least.
Oh,
not,
what? You don't love waiting 5,000 years?
right,
You
It's
forget
like-
to even order the game by the time you get it.
dude? The only reason I got it from that place is because I thought, oh, they're the only ones who have it,
Yeah.
because that's what I
Yeah.
thought. And then like near release, I was like, oh, Amazon has it, and it's $10 cheaper. Because I had to pay an extra $10 for shipping, so
Yeah.
it's like I could have just got. I have Amazon Prime. I could have got this delivered in like a day.
Yeah.
And
Oh.
paid 10 less
Four more
dollars. It's so silly, but
Yeah.
it is what it is.
Yeah, you want to make sure when you're ordering from them, like they're the
That it's a
only
collector's
place-
edition.
Yeah, like it's the oh yeah that too, or it's like the only place they're
Yeah.
ever gonna release that thing, you know?
Yeah,
Or then it's just not worth it because there's so many times where they'll release something brand as limited run, and then like a few months later, some other publisher picks it up and they make their own version of that game, and it's in its own physical copy. Like that happened with Streets of Rage 4. People actually want to get refunds because they thought Streets of Rage 4 was only going to be limited run physical version. But then another guy ended up picking up, and they ended up releasing physical copies over there with like more content on the discs too. So it was
Really?
yeah. People were like, "I want a refund," you know, they're like, "Screw this."
Dude, I kind of is what it is. I got it now. It's there. I've been suckered out of an extra $10.
Yeah.
Learned my lesson.
Let's
But,
go. Let them know. Just kidding.
But yeah, this, like I said, this is not a big topic for me until I saw Prodeus. Now, you mentioned the game that's coming to Game Boy Color. What's the name of that game that's coming to Game Boy Color? Do you even know, Tuan? Because I can't remember that off the top of my head.
I saw it, like I saw it briefly, but I don't remember. It was like some indie game, I'm pretty sure. I think.
I'm gonna look this up.
Yeah,
I'll look it up while we're talking. But what's up?
Okay, the thing with Xbox though, especially, I know it's been a problem that they had a while, especially with like limited run games and everything, is apparently Xbox has a higher limited print run for physical copies. Like apparently there has to be a certain minimum of physical copies printed if they want to approve a physical release, and apparently apparently it's a really high number too, from what I've heard, and that limits companies like Limited Run to make a low print run of a physical game on their platform.
Yeah.
So. Yeah, I mean that could hold them back, obviously, right? Because I remember even Quake, which was a first-party game at the time, even that got a physical release on everything but Xbox, which was weird.
Yeah.
Did Quake get a physical release?
Yeah, like
I'm pretty
like
sure it
Limited
did.
Run did a physical release of Quake 1, like the remastered version.
And I'm assuming it was only limited run.
Yeah, I think it was limited run, and they did everything but Xbox. Everything.
I was gonna say I'll grab a copy for PlayStation. I probably won't play it there, but I would do that.
Dude, Quake is so good.
I wouldn't be surprised if someone else picked that up, though. I don't know.
I'll have to look after the show. We'll figure it out. But the game that is coming to Game Boy Color, for anybody who cares about that, is it's Trip World DX, announced for PS5, PS4, Switch, PC, and Game Boy Color. I mean, God bless.
And the thing is, I don't care about those games either. It sucks.
Yeah.
It just sucks to see that. There's people like, I kind of like, there's people that like that shit. Okay.
Yeah.
It's like, and they want to play them, and then it's like it's getting released on a fucking Game Boy, and it's a kick in the nuts. I understand it. I get why some people are like, what the fuck? Why can't I?
Sure, I get it. Yeah, I get it.
Mm-hmm.
But
it's not my thing. But I totally understand people.
I mean, obviously, me, I see the appeal of people releasing games on older consoles like that. Like I'm all for shit like that. Like I know Limited Run said what they're actually making a physical version of Castlevania Rondo of Blood on the TurboGrafx CD, but they announced that like 2 years ago. We still haven't heard anything about it. I'm still waiting for it though. I think it'd be pretty sick because I mean it's a rare copy in Japan, right? And it never got a North American release, so they're making a licensed North American release on the TurboGrafx CD. So it's I like cool shit like that, where we could still get new shit for the old shit, So, and the thing is, I'm pretty sure that's just not held back by a license, because I know back then to release a game on a console you need the license to do it, right? But since it's not really an active platform, I guess they could just do it and they don't really have to worry about that. I guess I'm not sure how the logistics work when you're releasing a Game Boy Color in the year 2023. If Nintendo's really going to be up your ass for that, they're probably not even going to care,
Yeah.
I feel like Nintendo will care about everything.
Yeah. Like
as long as it has any possibility to make them money, I feel like they care.
Be like, oh, you don't have the license to release a Game Boy Color game the year 2023.
Just absolutely sue this company into oblivion.
Yeah. That's a Nintendo thing, and then they owe them like $40 million or something. I don't know.
Yeah. But that is definitely Nintendo. But I honestly, I mean, outside of that, Ham, did you have anything to say about any of these physical releases not coming to Xbox?
I'm not that surprised.
Yeah.
Xbox. Xbox clearly wants everything to be as functional on the Series S as the Series X and PC and cloud, and I feel like selling disc versions of things, they're willing to do it, but they're not going to go out of their way
Yeah.
Only if they feel
to
forced,
do
I
it.
guess.
Especially with small with like some of the smaller releases, which is unfortunate, but
Mhm.
hey, it just their direction of gaming.
Yeah, because they
Either
Xbox
with it or
definitely
you ain't.
has. They definitely have like a physical problem right now, especially like even their first party games, like Hi-Fi Rush doesn't have a physical version, you know.
Yeah.
And
Unfortunately,
I would love to have a physical copy of that game, you know. I would buy that in a heartbeat. And not only that, but Psychonauts 2 originally didn't have a physical version when it came out, but luckily it did get one. But
Yeah.
that was until like almost over a year later. But
I also don't think that Ghostwire Tokyo has a
yeah,
physical
that
release.
that doesn't have a physical release either.
Deathloop
Yeah.
didn't have one when it came out. Eventually did get one, and I did
That's
end
good.
up getting that. But when it came out, it did not have one.
Yeah.
So it's weird. It's a weird look. I say like stuff like this, it doesn't surprise me. Like I would like a Proteus Xbox copy, but it doesn't surprise me that it skipped it. Same with these other two games, Oxenfree 2 and this other Game Boy game that I literally just forgot the name of. But it's like that stuff doesn't surprise me. I'm not surprised by that. It's more so the first party stuff. Like you said, Hi-Fi Rush,
Yeah.
Ghostwire Tokyo. It's like
Psychonauts 2 originally, you know.
Psychonauts 2. It's like this is stuff you should
Definitely have a
probably
physical copy
probably
of,
get
you
that
know.
in circulation. But
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, they're doing business the way they're doing business, and they seem to think that it's working for them. So it is what it is. Sucks, but it is what it is. But honestly, I feel like that's the last topic I had. Unless you guys had anything you wanted to add, any big news that I possibly missed.
Well, I just want to add one more thing onto that. What we were just saying there is like I think Xbox in general really is seen to a lot of, especially more indie based. I mean, even Xbox itself kind of treats it this way. It is really seen as a digital console, even if it has a disc tray.
100%.
Yeah.
It's essentially it's I'm not saying it's Steam. It's essentially what the Steam version of a console. You know what I mean? Sure, it's like it's a digital console. It's a digital storefront. That's Game Pass is a digital storefront. Part of it at least. And I think that's just kind of how it is. And some developers are just kind of like, I mean, but also though we're talking about Sorry, I was thinking of I was strictly thinking of physical releases there for a second instead of even game just missing Xbox. But yeah, so I think a lot of games we're just going to keep seeing things just not get physical releases on Xbox. However, I will say that Xbox really should be getting physical releases of their first party critically acclaimed games out there.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's kind of smart, not only for the game to sell more, but for the fans that love the game.
I want to hold Hi-Fi Rush, you know.
It's like
Twan needs his life changed.
Twan is so sensitive with his game.
Twan needs his life changed.
Twan
needs Hi-Fi Rush.
Hi-Fi Rush, like
yeah.
Sensitive game.
Just grow a pair, Twan. Grow a pair, Twan.
Yeah.
Just grow a pair and make your own copy.
Yep.
Yeah, I'll just do it myself. I'll get an Xbox case, I'll print it out, and I'll fucking burn it on the disc.
Fucking Phil Spencer assassinates you for pirating. Just kidding.
The thing too, though, like we even have games like Tunic, which were originally released on released on Xbox through Game Pass, and then they came on PlayStation later and the Switch later, and then they got physical versions on the PlayStation and Switch, but not Xbox. You know?
Yeah.
So it's like.
Well, that's the same thing for Proteus. It's like it's launched in day and date in Game Pass.
Yeah.
It's not coming to Xbox physical copy. So, I don't know. It's a weird look, but at the same time,
there's actually another problem with physical releases as well. Is like one example is Halo Infinite, where the campaign wasn't on the disc.
That was a myth. That was a myth. Actually,
really.
Or okay, so yeah, that is actually a myth because we had Mad Drex on this podcast.
Yeah,
he talked about that.
That's true. I remember this.
And he said that he was getting clowned by, some ponies about having Halo having bought Halo physical, and he said he actually literally unplugged the internet from his Xbox, put in the game, let it install, and he said he is able to turn it on and play it.
The campaign.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, he couldn't play online.
Yeah.
That's weird. That
I don't know, man.
I
'Cause I know
nah.
people had I think people had copies before it came on. They said they weren't able to do it or something. Like I don't
Maybe
know.
because they were connected to the internet. Maybe that's why it forbade them. I don't fucking know.
Yeah, if they were connected to the internet before it came out, then that could be a thing. Like they just block your access.
And I have to look more into that. But another reason, other than Halo,
Juan's
another
gonna do
thing
some investigating.
yeah, I gotta
Yeah,
look into
right.
that. But
Gonna get to the
another
bottom
thing-
of it.
yeah, I want to figure that out. But
Xbox has them in some type of feeling.
but other than Halo aside, but there's games like that are cross-platform that have the smart delivery option. Usually on the disc, it's always the Xbox One version of the game, and then the Series X version of the game is downloaded instead.
Well, I could speak.
true.
That is true because I put in
Right.
Doom Eternal the other day, and I was like, "Oh, that's right. It's the Xbox One. I gotta download the thing."
Yeah, like you have to connect to the internet download. That's a
Yeah.
that's a lot of people complain that's an issue, right? Because like they want
It's
to be able
dumb.
to put the disc in and play the Series X version, but that's not going to be
It's
possible.
it's as dumb, and then secondary, it gives me the opportunity to buy this game that's been old for this long, that's been $5.99 for this long. It doesn't allow them to then, director's cut
Mhm.
us, into some stuff where, with it, where it's like, man, I gotta buy this game again, even though I own it right over there, and,
Yeah.
and play it with, the higher textures and everything like that. So, I mean, it's a loss in the sense of I don't have a Series X like specific version, but it's
Yeah.
nice that, hey, I already own this game and I don't have to buy it a second time. It
Yeah.
automatically knows that it's a Series X and that.
But the thing with
enhanced
PlayStation, though,
game.
the thing with PlayStation, let's say PlayStation, they usually have two separate physical releases. They have a PS4
Yep.
physical release and a PS5 physical release.
Yep.
Usually with the PS4, you still have the option to upgrade to the PS5 version. Rather
It's
than
also
free.
it's also a lot more complicated.
Yeah, it is complicated, but there's an option, right? I mean,
There's an option, yeah, sure.
yeah. I mean, usually with Xbox, they'll just release one. They'll just print one copy, and this is the Xbox Series X and Xbox One version of the game. And usually on the disc, it will only contain the Xbox One version.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's just I like the way PlayStation does it. I mean, on paper, the way Xbox does it is better, like on paper. But like just me thinking 40 years in the future, it's just more simpler having the PS5.
Are we losing internet 40 years in the like
Well,
I want to know
backwards.
what future we lose.
who knows? Maybe fucking society's collapsed or something, or maybe.
Well, then video games are not the concern anymore. We gotta survive. We gotta do something.
Or or like the main thing is like they plug, they pull the plug on the servers. That's the main thing, because these Xbox servers aren't going to last forever. But who knows, right? I mean,
Twan wants Xbox to fail. I'm just kidding.
Twan was the guy that the dude on Jeff Grubb's podcast was. That's his source. Is Twan.
That's
That's
his
not-
source.
Yeah, I told him everything.
His source was Twan.
God.
That's the thing. Well, a lot of people like to think in the future, we're like, what happens if these servers are gone? And I can't download these updates. That's everyone's mindset with this type of stuff. And I mean, I don't blame them because
Well, they're fucking wrong. I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
I mean, you saw the PS3; they're very close to shutting that thing off.
Well, that's
then,
because
PlayStation
PlayStation
will,
does
okay,
things
yeah.
differently, and I get it. I totally get that line of thinking, but it's like
Yeah,
Xbox has kind of proved. I mean, we're still getting we're able to play. I mean, granted, it's a select few because they didn't think that far ahead. But now that they are thinking that far ahead, we're able to play like original Xbox games
which is really nice
on
honestly,
our Series X, and in a lot of cases, in fact, in every case, because every Xbox original game is 4K. It's just in that stupid like letterbox.
4x3.
Yeah, it's that 4x3 format. But like, they're all upscaled, so it's like
Yeah.
I would imagine in another 20 years we'll be able to play our Xbox like this generation's games on whatever that Xbox is, and it'll do whatever it does to make it look better or perform better or whatever.
As long as they
happens.
continue the trend that they're going right now, I think we should be fine. You know?
See, yeah, like I have a lot more faith in Xbox to stay with that trend than I do for Sony to ever do anything with their PS3 library.
Yeah,
for example.
That's true. Yeah, but
So-
then there's also the other scenario where it's like, what happens when eventually Xbox stops making consoles? You know, maybe they turn to the next Sega. You know, and then they just drop the whole thing. You know, like you
Well-
can't expect them to support Xbox forever, right? I don't know. It's just a possibility, right? Even though it's unlikely anytime soon. It's just
See.
like I said, 30 years in the future, anything can happen.
Yeah, I don't think this is in our.
Oh, now it's
lifetimes.
30 years. From 40 to 30.
It's like 30 to 100 years, whichever, something like that. But yeah,
Hear
I mean,
Twan's feet clopping right now.
Yeah. I mean, it's gonna be 30 years before we know it. You know, if you let
Twan
me
just
know.
starts neighing, eating grass and everything. Oh God, my goodness, love you, Twan. But yeah, I feel like that's about the end of the topic.
I don't
Like
let
I
him
said,
know.
do you guys have any other interesting topics you want to talk about? Maybe something I missed
know,
because I was swamped today.
Yeah, you missed one. You
Okay.
missed one big one, which we kind of we brushed over it last week a little bit, but I just wanted to bring it back up because we actually got to see some gameplay of it. That's baby.
Immortals of Avium
Like-
did look really nice.
Yes, it did.
Like, let's talk about it real quick. I don't know who got dibs. Who wants to go first on this one? Because
Look gorgeous.
I want.
And
to
Vinny's
go
wrong as
last.
usual. That's all I'm gonna say.
Well, yeah, common Vinny L, unfortunately. But yeah, that game looks awesome. I'll tell you what, I was watching it and I was thinking, why does this not have a grapple hook? And then he used a grapple hook.
And then
I'm
a
like-
grapple hook.
I'm like, holy shit! All right, now, okay, you got me. I'm all set. I'm ready to pre-order that game.
Yeah.
I'm ready to pre-order that game, and it comes out perfect time because it's what Diablo 4 is June, early June, July. I mean, I don't know what's in July, so it's like that's Immortals of Avium time, as far as I'm
Yeah,
concerned.
and it's late July too, so it gives me plenty of. It gives me almost 2 months of Diablo, and
Yeah.
whatever cleaning up I feel like doing on Star Wars Jedi Survivor in case I'm still playing that by that time. But,
Yeah, that's true, dude. I'm really hyped for that game. But Mike, you have thoughts on Immortals of Avium? What do you think?
It looks
about the
gorgeous.
gameplay?
It looks gorgeous. It looks fun to play. When I saw the grapple hook, I was like, "Yep, that's instantly something I'm gonna play." Whenever a game, a first-person shooter specifically, has a grapple hook, it instantly goes up at least 20 points in my
We need-
interest meter.
We need to start mandating grapple hooks into FPS. Like that needs to be a
It
mandate.
Yeah, grapple hooks are always just so sick, man.
It's hard. It's hard. Like I've never used a grapple hook in an FPS game and thought, man, this stinks.
yeah.
Never thought that.
Yeah, even
Yeah.
Titanfall 2 did that, and that was also
Other than the
Titanfall 2 is
Bionic Commando
fantastic.
game Ham played on the PS3, I
Is
could
that
see
an
that.
FPS game?
No, no,
It's
it's
not
third
an
person.
FPS game.
Sorry.
I was gonna
yeah.
mention that game, Mike, too, but he said FPS, so
But dude, how
I
bad?
stayed cool.
I'm gonna look
Dude,
up the Bionic Commando
Dude,
grapple
you
hook.
got
real
that's a
quick.
third. That's third person.
Oh, you mean the-
You
I
have
thought
to
the
aim
PS3
it,
one?
dude. Yeah, it's bad.
that
It's
was
so.
Yeah, like
It's
his
so
wife
bad.
was an arm or something. Like, I don't know.
Yeah, it's some that game. His wife is an arm. Good.
So weird.
That's funny.
Wow. Yeah, that
fucking
looks.
funny.
That doesn't look awesome.
Yeah,
Good lord.
He's looking at gameplay right now.
Oh my god.
Also, what is this aspect ratio? This aspect ratio is like 9:2. The fuck is this? This
I love
YouTube
that.
video is messed up. Okay, but yeah, that's yeah. Like, I guess that's a pretty bad example of a grapple hook in a third-person game, right there. But yeah, first-person shooters with grapple hooks are just fantastic. Twan mentioned
Yeah.
Titanfall. You've got Doom Eternal,
yeah, Doom.
Halo Infinite. I mean, like this game now. There's tons more that have grapple hooks. I mean, but
Persona
like
5 Royal.
What?
I said Persona 5 Royal.
Oh my god.
Mm-hmm.
Does that have a grapple hook, Sean? I don't know. I don't even know if you're joking right
It
now.
does.
It does.
Oh my god.
It does.
Yeah.
Can I go first person and shoot things?
No.
That's not good. That's not a good time.
You
Twan.
have
You
a
can
gun
shoot
though.
things.
You have a gun though. Yeah. So you could.
Yeah, but I need to be first person, bud.
It's not
Up
the way
close and
you'd like to
personal.
shoot things, though.
Up close and personal, Twan. That's what I need.
There's another game I'm thinking with a grapple hook. I just can't. It's not coming to my head right now. But anyway, grapple hooks are awesome. I think we could all agree on grapple hooks are pretty sick.
absolutely.
What was that other game? It was like a ninja one. It came out not too long ago. Oh, man,
Sekiro?
No, it wasn't Sekiro. But I think that might. Does that one?
Sekiro did have
Yeah.
like a grapple thing.
But
Yeah.
there's another one. It was like I think it was like an indie game. It was like some neon looking ninja game. Like I forgot what it was called.
Yeah, I'm looking ninja game. Dude. I have no
It was
idea.
like some-
but
Wait,
I'm
wait,
interested.
was it a first person game?
Yeah,
What was it?
It was
Oh, Ghost
person.
Runner?
Yes, that one. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
That game.
I'm pretty sure that one had a
That
grapple
game
hook and
is
everything,
dope.
too.
That game's
Yeah.
hard as shit though. Or at
That
least
game
I,
is.
or at least I suck at
No,
it.
Matt. That game kicked my ass so fucking
Dude.
bad. No, the game is hard. It's hard.
Dude,
It's hard.
you can't get hit once, and dude, that game is so fun. When you chain things together and you're actually making progress, it's so fun. But it's so demoralizing when you're just getting killed over and over and over. It's a relentless game. But yeah, I'd actually
It
need to
is.
play more of that. But God, I forgot about that game. I'm glad you mentioned that. But yeah, that's like a good topic to end on. Honestly, Immortals of Avium looks really, really sick, and that is July 20th. It's the 20th, right?
Yep, July 20th.
July 20th. Cannot wait. And it's published
Made by
EA.
the. Yeah. Well, it's published by EA, made by
A new
the
studio.
creator of Dead Space. He also worked at Sledgehammer with Call of Duty and whatnot. So, dude's
Yes.
been around for quite some time. Some of the developers also come from like Telltale Games and
So
like
they've been
2K,
around.
and
They've been around. Looks
so,
like.
so this is a
Yes.
group of passionate developers looking to, try something different. And this is what they're doing under EA Original, just like It Takes Two.
Yeah. Speaking of It Takes Two, I need to play that with you, Ham. I need to play that with somebody. Good
Yo,
lord.
man, when are you guys gonna play Dead Space 3 co-op? I'm still waiting for that.
That's not going to happen, bud. You can keep waiting for that. You can keep waiting for that one
I
there,
thought you
bud.
and Ham were gonna play co-op.
No. No,
We
you thought-
are.
You thought wrong, bud.
We are.
Oh, Matt's gonna kill you for that one, Twan.
Well,
feel like I'm
no,
saying
because
no.
I'm not. I don't know who's going to play that in my place.
True.
We
I
will.
I highly recommend checking out. Also checking out Ascendant Studios. That's the studio making Immortals of Avium. They have a YouTube, which only has 460 subscribers. What the fuck? I mean, get them some more subscribers. But they're actually like releasing genuinely interesting content, other than just trailers of their game. There's like actual like interviewing, like this right here, Dead Space's original creator reacts to the remake. It's a great video. I
Yeah,
highly
it's
recommend
actually
checking out there.
it's actually the creative director of Motive that made the Dead Space remake, and the creator of Dead Space sitting there having a conversation about what they thought. What the guy from Motive thought about the original and why he decided to do that, and then Brett talks about how he feels about them doing his remake and some of the things that he wishes he could have done, like putting the levels together
Yeah.
to where you could backtrack really easily. That was one big thing that he brought up in that 40-some minute interview. Really good interview though. I checked it out. I watched it.
Yeah, it's a really good channel. Highly recommend checking that out. In fact, I'm probably gonna watch one of their videos after this. But yeah, what's that?
How many views do they got there already?
They've got 7 right
You
here.
only have a couple.
They got
I
7.
only
right
have a
here.
few.
So I guess they're probably just a new channel then, right?
Yeah. It says actually this last one came out 6 days ago. Unearthing the art behind art direction, creating memorable game. Okay, that's a 50-minute video. Good lord. Yeah, that's so
Bring out the
a lot of
popcorn for that
content.
one. Yeah.
A lot of content over there, but definitely worth checking out. think that's the end of our topics. We can head right into our outros now. Who
I got a
wants to get
story to
us?
tell.
Oh,
Can I
what's
talk
that?
about an underrated game?
Yeah, talk about an underrated game, bud.
So there's this one game I actually been playing this week. It's called Sky Gunner on the PS2, and yeah, man, no one ever talks about this game. And I actually got it
Sky Gunner.
pretty it's I got it pretty cheap back like I think like 4 years ago. Like it was like $12, but it shot up for like $100 just like in the past like 2 years. It's like it's like $100 game now, which is crazy. But yeah, I mean the art direction in that game is just fantastic. It's like a Star Foxy kind of game where you're in a ship, you get high scores. There's a nice little story accompanying it as well. It's like I said, the art direction is just fantastic on that game too. And yeah, just a fantastic game. Like awesome shit. But,
$500 right here,
Yeah.
sealed. Good Lord.
$500. Yeah, so like, I don't know. It's going up now. I don't know. I guess people are figuring it out, but I still see no one talking about it though. I mean, I don't know if it's just become a collectible at this point, but yeah, it's it's a PS2 game. Looking forward to if you could find the means to do so nowadays. But
You're into some expensive shit, Twan.
yeah,
Some
man,
really expensive shit, bud.
yeah.
How much did that cost? He say?
No, I
And
got it
for a
cheap,
for a sealed copy. It's $500 right now. For a
Jesus
sealed copy.
Christ.
It's
That's crazy.
but
Well,
it's
well,
it's
Well, Twan
sealed.
probably didn't get a sealed copy though.
Yeah, I would
No, I
imagine.
know.
I'd imagine.
Well, I'd
No,
hope
yeah,
so.
I didn't pay nowhere near the amount it goes for nowadays, but I just
He paid double it. I'm just kidding.
No.
He paid double
Yeah,
it for it
I
out
paid
of love.
$800 for it.
Out of love, he paid $800 for it.
But
It's
no,
very
it's
nice.
good shit.
Okay, I got a story to say real quick. It happened
Yeah.
at work. I got my thumb caught in the slicer again while it was turned on. It wasn't very fun, but and my thumb is bruised as fuck right now. So gaming is not the most easiest of things for me. And I just thought that was fun. Dude, this is the second time this has happened. The same hand, the same thumb. I keep getting fucked up at work. And it's just
Not good,
funny.
bud.
I mean, at least I haven't lost a finger yet. But dude, it's like I was like, I don't know if this is fucking even just to say real quick. I was just cleaning my shit, and management came around, and I don't know about you guys, but whenever I'm working and like management is behind you or anywhere near you, you get fucking anxious. Depending on the work environment. How about that? My work environment, I don't have any issues, but they stress me out a little bit. I'm not gonna lie. I like them, at least most of them. Yeah, but I do get stressed out with them around. And I just was trying to clean really fast, and then, dude, my thumb went the direction of which the blade chops the sandwich meat. So it dude, I fucking, oh my god, dude, I can't even tell you how many times I've fucking done. I just like actively just get hurt at that job, dude. But yeah, so my gaming capabilities are rather slim. Are rather slim, even though I'm clicking buy Dead Island 2 right now, so I can just at least try it out.
Oh, you actually got Dead Island 2?
Yeah, I'm ordering it right now.
Oh,
Let's go.
Okay. So
Yeah, it's processing.
Matt, you're not alone anymore in that game.
Oh, hey guys, some
What?
news here from Idle Sloth. A report from the Financial Times suggests that the CMA is expected to approve the Microsoft Activision Blizzard deal on Wednesday. So
Really?
that's what this report is saying right here. Source ft.com. Let me click on this real quick. Yeah, Financial Times brings you right to the article. That's a lot of information right here. Good Lord, I'm not reading all that, but yeah, the main piece here is that Microsoft or CMA is expected to approve the Microsoft Activision Blizzard deal on Wednesday. So something to look forward to. Some positive Xbox news.
Yep.
Thankfully,
People still turn into a bad thing. You know how it is.
Somehow it will be a bad thing, and we'll figure that out next week. But for now, positive Xbox news to look forward to this week. Yay!
I mean,
Yeah,
honestly, I'm just so glad to stop talking about this acquisition thing now.
Hopefully,
Dude,
we're inching closer. We're inching closer.
I'm like
What's that?
letting you know though, it's like
Clip
never
it,
gonna. It's clip it. Clip it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
clip
what I
it.
mean.
Someone clip that.
Dude,
Other than that,
I'll have to go back and get that. Yeah.
The moment this gets approved, Activision's gonna announce that. No, not Activision. Microsoft.
I thought you had a button for that, Matt. That's why I said that.
The thing is, I did not have replay buffer on, but that's fine because I can just go back and do it in the desktop.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Wah, wah, wah.
Yeah, I'm expecting Microsoft
Next
to
week.
announce a new buyout
Mm.
after this Activision thing goes
Yeah.
through.
Oh man.
the walls are crashing down on Xbox, and it's only a matter of time. But
But
but I feel like that's the end of our show, guys. Like I said, outros. Mike, where can we find you, bud?
oh yeah, you can find me at Hard Days Mike on Twitter and on Twitch. I want to start streaming a bit more. I think I now have a computer that is capable of streaming at a good quality and not throttling itself.
Oh my
I mean, I
God.
never had that
Mike,
issue, but I gotta find
Finally, he
computer
has
capable
No,
of
but-
that.
no. Back in my 30s,
Wow.
but now I can play at
You think
4K
our
with Doom
computers
Eternal.
are-
For Doom Eternal, I can play at 4K now. I couldn't do that before. So, and as we know, Doom Eternal is my benchmark for life. No, but yeah, I want to start streaming more. It's fun. It's just I got to get used to using that not OBS. What's the other one? What's that other fucking
Streamlabs?
Streamlabs? I got to get used to all that shit because that stuff drives me fucking insane. I don't know how you deal with this shit, man. I'd fucking lose it.
I mean, you should ask
but-
him because he deals with a lot more than I do.
Yeah, sure, good point. Yeah, fucking Ham just is numb to it. I bet at this point. Yeah, that's where you can find me. Sorry, guys.
I do it
You
once a
don't
week.
know.
Oh, okay.
Twan.
All right. That's enough about me. Who's next?
Oh, you can
Twan,
find
go
me-
ahead, but
Find me right here, and you can also find me on
every
Twitter.
single day.
Yeah, every
Yep.
single day. You got it.
Exactly.
And on
And-
Twitter, at It's Be Twan on Twitter, you can just follow me. I don't. And Twitter's, I think I bring this up every week, but like I don't like Twitter, yet I still use it.
Twan's
But,
perpetually on Twitter.
Yeah.
Twan just posted a tweet 2 minutes ago. Don't listen to
Did
it.
I actually? I
Yeah.
don't even know. I don't even know.
Your
my phone
account's
is
hacked,
right now.
Twan.
Did I
Your
actually?
spaces are pretty dope, though, Twan.
What?
Yeah, Twan holds some pretty wild spaces. Pretty
What?
pretty insane
No.
spaces.
I
Yeah.
don't even know how to do
Yeah.
that. Like I don't even know how to actually activate it. Like I don't
Well,
know
now
how
he's
people
playing
use it.
coy. Now he's playing coy.
Yeah,
That's
I
fine.
know, right?
Like, I don't know.
That's fine, Twan. But yeah, Ham Solo. Where can we find you, bud?
You can find me here every Sunday. You can find me on TSWS Gaming Tuesday through Friday. And you can find me on
Very
Twitter
nice.
at AmSolo05 Gaming. Thanks.
Very, very nice. And you can find me on YouTube, Matt Likes Games, videos every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, and then on Twitter at Matt Likes Games. Check me out there. But if anyone else doesn't have anything to, or if no one else has anything to say, I feel like we can wrap up the show here. It's a pretty fun time.
Comment.
Not a what,
Really
what's that?
recommend checking out Matt. I gotta say it. Recommend checking out Matt's stuff recently. He's been making some really good shit. I mean, you always have been, but your recent videos,
I appreciate that.
yeah, you always have been. Don't get me wrong. I mean, you always have been. I mean, fuck my life. You always have been.
Mike, trust me, I did not take it the wrong way.
Okay.
I did-
But
did
like
not take it
lately,
wrong.
you've been. I really like your format and how you're doing it and going about your content now. So I really recommend checking out Matt's content, even though he smells. All right, that's enough out of me.
I'll say this tomorrow. My videos, the theme is grumpy. It's upset. It's angry. But it's a fun time. So yeah, check it out. If no one else has anything else to add, then I feel like we can wrap it up. We will see you guys next week, same time, same place, 8 p.m. Eastern next Sunday. We will see you then. Thank you for watching.
Bye bye.